Good morning, good morning. I'm a little bit late this morning, I think. Okay, so welcome to my Monday messages. I'm Rebecca, homeopath, holistic life coach, and all-round natural health advocate. So my Monday messages are just an opportunity for me to share a simple tip, bit of information or something, a thought even, to stimulate us to continue to practice living our best lives and choosing the things that nurture us rather than hinder us in any way, whether that's physically, emotionally, or spiritually. So, welcome to anyone watching live, and also equally welcome if you're watching the replay. And today is a bit of an invitation, really, to join me in really celebrating the things in your life that bring you joy, that make you feel alive, present, elated, but also relaxed, calm, and truly mindful, really fully present in the moment, and able to let go of all the noise that is constantly coming at us from every angle in our modern lives. And I was truly in that state yesterday. I'm very grateful to say, and I'm still kind of buzzing from it, actually. I'm in training at the moment to, in training sounds really like professional. It's not professional. But I am kind of in training because I decided with a few friends of mine that we're going to climb Carrantoul, which, for those of you who don't live in Ireland, is the highest mountain here in Ireland. And I'm lucky enough to have it half an hour away from me, as part of two beautiful mountain ranges that are on my doorstep. And it's a mountain that I've never climbed, even though I've lived here for a long time, actually. And I'm aware, having done some hill walking before, that you do need to be quite fit to do it. You know, you need to have stamina and you need to have staying power. So anyway, to cut a long story short, I've committed to I want to do that later on this year, probably May, something like that. So I want to get my body in the habit of doing some kind of quite sustained walking, preferably with some kind of ascent involved, 3 times a week. So yesterday I went out to one of the most beautiful places on a mountain range called the Slieve Mish, and it's a mountain called Cahaconry, which is the seat of the king. It's a mountain I've climbed before, but last time I did it, we were with guides. It was in the winter and it was really challenging. It was freezing cold, it was snowing, it was windy. We went up a very difficult route, which involved a lot of climbing and some really quite terrifying height moments, basically. Anyway, so it had a little bit of a fear factor around it for me. After that, I was elated to have done it, but I remembered how challenging it had been. And by sheer coincidence or not, I also later on had a car incident there, which sort of further compounded, not on the mountain, I hasten to say, but on the route to it. And that further compounded my association with that being a bit of a kind of anxious part of the mountain range. So I was delighted yesterday to have the opportunity to go back with a very dear friend, my climbing buddy. And the sky was blue, the sun was out, the meadowlarks were singing their hearts out as we climbed a different route this time, an easier route, but not one that would have been suitable in the winter, actually. But it was still a steep climb. We went at our own pace. The sun was shining, and it was the most glorious day. We got all the way to the top, and at the top there's the remains of an old fort, an old palace of the king that lived up there, who was a sorcerer. And whether you believe in that kind of stuff or not, the place is magical because it's on a peninsula, it's on the Dingle Peninsula, and the views are spectacular, both to North Kerry and to West Kerry, and the sea, the lakes, the patchwork of fields and all the rocks that are covered in these beautiful colours. It was gorgeous, and it reminded me of feeling alive, of being really, really, truly present in that moment and engaging all my senses. So smelling the heather and the moss and the lichen and the fresh air, and hearing the bees buzzing around and those beautiful meadowlarks. And we were also accompanied by a single raven who was spiraling above us and occasionally sat on a rock watching us and cawing. And we like to think of that as being maybe the spirit of the Mountain King accompanying us on our journey. It was just wonderful, and I was very aware that I wasn't thinking about anything except that moment and drinking in all those things and using all my senses to do that. And also aware that my heart was working fully because of that climb. My lungs were open fully because of needing to regulate my breathing and also to take in all that beautiful fresh air. And obviously my eyes, feast for the eyes everywhere we looked. And I am getting slightly addicted to that feeling, and I miss it when I don't do it. So 3 times a week is just brilliant for me at the moment. And also because of that feeling, I know it's the right thing for me right now. So what I wanted to do today was to encourage you to think about something similar, something that may really revitalize you or reconnect you with who you really are and enable you to just shut out that noise, that constant kind of thirst or hunger for more things or more doing, more activity. But just something that enables you to just go into that wonderful space, even for 5 minutes, that where you are really connecting with yourself and with what's important to you, and that it does energize you. Because actually last night I was aware I was in that lovely, delicious physical tiredness, and I had a gorgeous soak in an Epsom salt bath, and that kind of relaxed me further. And it's a different kind of tiredness to when you've been working all day on the computer, let's say, and you're kind of drained and maybe slightly irritable. It's more a kind of cognitive draining, if that makes sense. This was just a lovely physical tiredness that was appropriate and that was almost welcome, actually. And this morning, I'm not tired or sore or anything, and I feel revitalised. So, and I can't wait for Wednesday when I'm doing another one. So please share anything that you think even brings you vaguely close to that. And it doesn't have to be climbing a mountain. It could be, when you read a book, or it could be when you watch a movie, or it could be when you meditate, or when you paint or draw, or or sew something, create something. It could be when you cook. It could be anything. I don't care what it is, as long as you recognise those feelings or some of them, and you feel that you can share what brings you that kind of feeling, or what brings you close to it. I would love it if you could share, and you don't have to go into any detail or anything, because I would love to inspire others. And you never know what you pop in to the comment box. You might just ring a bell for somebody. You might just remind them of something that they used to do and perhaps don't do anymore. Or you might just inspire someone to go, oh God, I could do that too. So that's what I'd love to do for this week, is just have you share what brings you happiness and joy and presence, and makes you feel whole and alive and vital. So thank you very much for joining me. And let me just see if there's any messages. No messages. So yeah, that's it for this week. So have a wonderful week. And if you do think of that thing, make sure you do it this week. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.